Meghan obsessed with PR stunt, slammed as nerdy American mum after got losing ticket back to acting. As a former spin doctor who once coached top politicians in how to craft their image to maximum public effect, I'm simply in awe. Meghan's latest video, released yesterday, alongside a soul-searching interview in Variety magazine, shows her to be a truly consummate PR professional. What an operator. What a phenomenon. She tells the world she's now done with acting, swiftly adding, never say never of course. But don't you believe it? Meghan is in the midst of performing her finest role ever. That said, given that her previous claim to thespian stardom was a leggy role on an unremarkable American legal soap opera, the bar was set pretty low to begin with. Launching the new cover on Instagram, Variety branded Meghan a nerdy American mum. The magazine released the front cover with the caption, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, more widely known by her maiden name, Meghan Markle, has been described as many things. Determined, relatable, even Diana-like. But spend a day with her and you'll witness a side that the public hasn't seen, the nerdy American mum. At which point I admit I choked. Family. This from a woman who hasn't seen her own father for years, that now frail yet still loving dad who funded her expensive education and has never met her children or her husband. Journalist Matt Donnelly wrote that Meghan couldn't have been more at ease as she shook the hand of every crew member, stylist and photographer's assistant, but royal correspondent Cameron Walker claimed it was all a PR stunt. When asked whether she would consider venturing into acting again as part of an interview for Variety, Meghan insisted she's done with that part of her life. No, I'm done. I guess never say never, but my intention is to absolutely not, she declared. Well, as the Queen herself once famously said, recollections may vary on that score, but Meghan has brilliantly sold the narrative to her millions of followers that she and the late Queen were close, and which royal would now dare to publicly contradict her? Another crucial thing about this interview is the author's comments at the top. She said during the photo shoot, Meghan came was warm and graceful. She shook hands with every crew member, every photographer, everyone who was basically on the set. This is significant because if you remember Tom Bower's autobiography, Revenge, which came out a few months ago, when Meghan was still an actress on Suits, she did a photo shoot for a Canadian budget clothing brand where it was described she was very difficult to work with at this particular shoot. For me, the fact that that's so clearly in black and white as this particular interview seems like a bit of a PR stunt to show she's warm and affectionate. Queen Elizabeth's death came just over a week after the Duchess spoke to The Cut for an interview that attracted a huge amount of controversy due to her comments about the royal family. Now Meghan has had time to reflect on her remarks, something she talked about in her interview on Wednesday. The Duchess was asked, "You've done 2 major interviews since returning to America, one with Oprah Winfrey and the other with New York magazine, which some found to be snarky. What has it been like to open up about your life?" The New York magazine story was intended to support archetypes and focus on our projects. I've had some time to reflect on it. Part of me is just really trusting, really open. That's how I move in the world. I have to remember that I don't ever want to become so jaded that that piece of me goes away. So despite any of those things, onward, I can survive it.